Hi, I'm John. Quite a few of you will have either know me or seen some of my builds. Previously, I was designing 3D printed parts for E-Wings, kind of during lockdown. Sadly, Greg's stopped cutting for the moment, well, for the moment at least anyway. So I finally got around to building myself a 4-axis CNC hot wire cutter and thought I'd start doing some of my own stuff. So I've started out by doing a couple of specs. There's a completely standard spec on the cutter. This is a crazy thin one. I wanted to see how much speed I can get out of one, but I also wanted to build a kind of nano spec just to fly around car parks and a bit of a part flyer, a bit of a laugh. So I came up with this, which is tiny. It's 44 centimeters, I think 445 mil to be fair, with the wingtips on. And you'll have seen some comparison pics, or I'll put some up versus a kind of spec and a Dart 250 for size comparison. All in weight, I mean it's really light, comes in at sort of 118 grams. So without the battery it is 90.3 grams. The 450 milliamp 2S is 118.8 grams, so it's crazy light. I thought it'd be a bit of a laugh, and generally, to be honest, small, very lightweight wings usually fly like shit. It was brilliant. Can't believe how well it flies. A couple of the guys have now got them that I fly with, and so I've decided to sort of offer them out if anybody wants one. I'm doing this as a hobby in my spare time, so there's no website to order one through. It's a case of kind of drop me a message if I've got one. I'll send you one, or I'll stick you on a waiting list for next time I'm cutting a batch. Just to give you a sort of talk through of the components in here. So it's got a Nano Racer Nano 3 because it's powered off VBAT, so you get the battery voltage on the OSD. It doesn't actually tell you it does that on the specs of the camera, so I was pleased that it does. The massive board in the middle, which actually compared to my thumb is not that massive, is a Matex Servo PDB. That's the heaviest component at 4 grams, apart from the LiPo. That's a Foxeer Reaper Nano VTX, but any tiny Nano VTX would do. I happen to have that in my spares. It's 350 milliwatts, so that's quite nice. Crossfire Nano, which it's got the wire antenna comes through to the bottom, is along the edge. And then I've got this ESCs, are old ones that I had. They're Emax Bullet 6 amp ESCs. Now they don't do these anymore, they do a newer version. They're really hard to track down. You can get loads of them on eBay or Alibaba. If you don't mind waiting sort of 15 days for delivery, they're about £5-6 quid each. Drone Junkie do stock them in the UK, but I think because I've sold these to a few people, they've just sold out. But if you're going to run a twin, probably a 6 amp, even a single motor, a 6 amp might be fine, maybe a 12 amp ESC, but just something small and light. The motors are 1103, 11,000 kV motors. These are SkyStar ones I nicked off a toothpick. They don't match in colours, unfortunately. They are running 65mm props. Now I've had to drill 65mm props because obviously I want to use them as pushers and the hole doesn't go all the way through. I have got on order some 1103 motors that are T-mount motors, so they have got a much wider choice of props, which would be good because these top out pretty quickly. You can sort of get to 8% throttle and it starts screaming. It's just not going any faster because the pitch is too shallow. And then 4.5 gram servos. These are robbed out of my knackered drift. I've actually also taken the control links out of the drift for this one as well. But just any lightweight control horns and some 1.2mm control rods should sort you out. And then it's obviously got 3D printed wingtips, motor mounts, and camera mount. And you know, it's bags of fun. Really takes a hit. I've flown this straight nosedived into concrete in a car park. You can see there's a tiny little chip in the camera mount on the 3D print, but didn't touch the lens. I've also, this slight mark here is from hitting a lamppost, but I think it's just, and I've crashed it plenty of times doing stupid things, but it's just so light. I think it just there's no momentum or inertia behind it when you hit stuff, so I think it's going to be pretty hard to damage. And it's obviously very small to just chuck in a bag or on the back of a bag with you. So I'll leave you with some flight footage to have a look at.